Hello, let's continue our Sudoku adventure with Palinfrowns by Strosahl. So this continues our palindrome theme week. I hope you're enjoying it so far. This is the second puzzle. Let's go over the rules. We have normal 6x6 Sudoku rules. So in each row, each column, and each 2x3 box, we are placing the digits 1 to 6 exactly once each. We also have palindromes in the grid. These read the same forwards and backwards. So this could be, for example, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So it reads 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 this way and 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 this way. Another way to think about that is digits that are equally distant from the center have the same value. So these two both have to be 1 and these two both have to be 2. They're clones of each other. The middle one doesn't care what it is, if there's a middle one. All right. We also have crop key in the grid. So white dots separate digits that are consecutive. So if this was a 2, this could be 1 because 2 and 1 are consecutive, or it could be 3 because 2 and 3 are consecutive. Black dots separate digits with a 1 to 2 ratio, meaning one is exactly double the other. So if this was a 2, this could also be a 1, because 2 is double 1, or it could be a 4, because 4 is double 2. Now, not all the dots are necessarily given. If I had a 2, 4 here, there could have been a black dot. There isn't. That's perfectly fine. We're allowed to put 2, 4 there. Or 1, 2, or 2, 3. Could have been a white dot. That's perfectly fine as well. So the dots just tell you about the cells that they're touching. And that's it. Those are the rules. There's a link in the description if you'd like to try the puzzle yourself. And I'm going to get started right now. So this is interesting. It's almost like there's a white dot here. There's an invisible white dot here. Because we have... Wait, is there? No, what was I thinking? No, I was seeing this wrong. Okay, maybe let's not start here. Where should we start? I'm gonna color a little bit actually. Do I want this black dot or? I'm gonna start coloring here. So we're just gonna call this green. We know green is here and here. Whatever digit this ends up being, we're calling that green. Now we know this is different than green because it shares a row. So we're gonna call that purple. Now, purple needs to be in this box somewhere. So it's one of these two. If it ended up here, then purple would also be here based on this palindrome. And that shares a row with a purple already. So this can't actually be purple. Because again, if this was purple, this would be purple and we'd have 2 purples in the row. So it is not purple, leaving only one place for purple here. Now green is in one of these two. If this was green, this would be green, and that seems perfectly fine. It would put a green here. So if this was green, we'd have greens everywhere I've highlighted, plus right here. So that is viable. Oh, actually, if this was green, this is the issue. If this was green, this would be green, and that would put 2 greens in this column. So the green does go here. Now we can finish the greens. Green goes here. These two look up, putting green there. And then these greens look down. This green looks in, putting green here. And we have 6 greens, 1 in every box. All right. So now this is not green and it's not purple because it shares a column with purple. So let's just call this orange. Now we know that orange in this box goes here. Remember that every color is a unique digit. We're making sure of that before we color it. So now one of these two is orange. Let's see. This can't be orange because it would repeat over here. So orange is on this black dot. It's also on this black dot. In this box, orange is right here. Right, so we have these 4 oranges and then this rectangle that we haven't resolved yet. Now, this digit here, it's not green, it's not orange, it's not purple. It sees green and orange in the box and purple in the row. So let's just call that red. That means one of these two is red. One of these two is red. So red's on this white dot. Not seeing a whole lot about red. Red's on one of these two, I suppose. Do we want to name any other cells? We better start getting some digits, I would think. What do we know? So we got this black dot here. Okay, so we know these two aren't the same digit as each other. So we're going to have to do a chain. So because these two aren't the same as each other, right? We know that this is not orange, right? Orange is everywhere but there. So what we can't do is, for example, a 3 here and then double it to 6 here and double it to 6 here, because that would make both of these the same digit. So we're gonna have to basically start somewhere with a low digit, like start here with 1 and then double it again. Or we could start here and double it again. But the whole point is that we have to do that. Now, if you think about it, 1, 2, 4 is the only way that's going to happen. Because if our smallest digit's a 2, if we double it to 4 and then double it to 8, 8 doesn't exist in the puzzle because it goes 1 to 6. So you could do that in a 9 by 9, but not in a 6 by 6. So what we're always going to have is a 1, 4 pair here and then a 2 in the middle. So all of our oranges are 1s or 4s. Now, that means this black dot has a 1 or a 4 on it, which must always go with a 2. So 2's in one of these two. This 2 looks up, putting a 2 in one of these two. Now we don't, so that means that red is not 2. Because it sees the 2's pointing from this black dot. So if red is not 2, this cannot be red, and that puts a red here. And now red in this box has to be here. We don't actually have a color for 2, but we don't need one. We know that orange isn't 2, so this is 2 plus an orange, for what it's worth. We could give this a value, because we know it's not red, green. Oh, we don't know if it's not purple. It could easily be purple. We know 2 could be purple as well, actually. So we got to be a little bit careful here. Purple's in one of these. So yeah, 2 could have a color actually already. Does this see all the colors? See the 4 colors that we have: green, red, orange, and purple. So it's not green, purple, orange, or red. So let's call it yellow. Now yellow could be 2. This is a yellow-red pair. So what's this? This is the blue that we haven't called anything yet. And so then this column needs a red, and this can't be red. So this is actually the red for the column, and then this is yellow. And so that means this is our yellow, and this is the blue. So blue actually goes on a black dot with red. Now, we know that red is not orange, so it's not this 1, 4, and it's not, this is the full 1, 2, 4 triple. Red isn't any of them. So if red is not 1, 2, or 4, then to be on a black dot, it has to be a 3 or a 6. So we know that red blue is a 3, 6 pair. 3, 6 in all the reds and blues. Okay, oh, and this red looks up, telling us this can't be red. So the red is actually placed here, and it's a 3 or a 6. Now if it was 6, we'd have to go 6 and then 5 here. So we have purple, yellow, or we have blue, purple, yellow up here in some order. We know this isn't yellow. So, okay, so this isn't yellow. It sees a yellow, and it's not going to be blue because blue is 3 or 6, not 1 or 4. So if it's not blue and it's not yellow, then it must be purple. And purple, so purple is the 1, 4 that isn't the orange 1, 4. And now 2 is definitely not our blue. So the blue goes here as a 3, 6, and that means the 2 is the yellow. So our yellows are 2s. We have placed 2s in them. So this is a 2. Okay, so, oh, interesting. So this white dot's going to resolve it. These are both orange-yellow pairs. That means this is from 1, 2, 4. Oh, yeah, and so then we know what green is, because green isn't the 3, 6 pair, and it's not 1, 2, 4. So green is the 5. So we have all of our 5s placed. Very nice. Now this blue looks in. This has to be the blue 3, 6, and then this is the, what am I missing? Purple, which is 1, 4. What do I need up here? Oh, we can fill the blue here, the blue 3, 6. And so then this is our blue 3, 6, and then this is not green. It's the purple 1, 4. All right. So we're fully colored. We have our colors done. Now we just have to distinguish the digits. So it's probably these white dots here. So these two need to be consecutive. The 1, 4 needs to be consecutive with something that's 1, 2, 4. The only way that's going to work is 1 here and 2 here. So one way to think about that is this can't be a 4 because there's no 3 or 5 available here, which forces it to be 1. And the only thing consecutive with 1 is a 2. So the 2 is our yellow. So this is yellow. So this is orange, which makes this yellow, which makes this orange. And so we know that orange is 4 because it isn't 1. Purple is 1. Oopsie, 4. Purple is 1. Got ahead of myself. Yellow is 2. Okay, now we have to distinguish the 3 6s, and this white dot does that. So 6 is not consecutive with 2. So all of our reds are 3, and all of our blues are 6. And that finishes the puzzle. Very nice. Very cool puzzle, Strosahl. I really enjoy coloring clone puzzles. Always good to have one every once in a while. And this solved quite nicely. All right, well, let me know how you did. And if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.